Hi, this is John Rowell for the Rowell Report. Today is Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, and the global Sumud Flotilla have all been intercepted. As far as I know, none of the ships have made it to Gaza. So I'll go over the flotilla, what it was about, and really the significance of what they did. And so the first thing is you can go to the website, which is globalsumudflotilla.org. So they have a good looking website, well laid out, very easy to read, their with their social media and the availability to read this in several languages: English, Spanish, and I guess Arabic. And then a little button here, get involved, which is it's all a very nice website. So this was all very well done, organized, and the first thing is this was a marketing effort. This wasn't a primarily humanitarian effort. The ships that they were sailing have limited capacity for cargo, and then when you add all the people to the ship, then you really don't get a lot of cargo. And the main bulk of the support for the people of Gaza sitting right outside its border in Egypt and not being allowed in. So um, they were never going to be able to compete with the assistance that's sitting currently right outside of Gaza, waiting to be brought to the people of Gaza. So anyway, if we go to this website, we can see first who we are. This is the explanation of who the people of the global Sumud Flotilla um, were composed of. And it says, we are a coalition of everyday people, organizers, humanitarians, doctors, artists, clergy, lawyers, and seafarers. Well, obviously, you need to be seafarer if you're going to sail on the Mediterranean, and who believe in human dignity and the power of nonviolent action. So, anyway, these ships are very unassuming. They really have no military uh, um, usefulness. So I guess they could have mounted some sort of firing device on the front of the boats, but that just would have endangered the people on the boat. And if they were trying to carry out nonviolent action, that would have um, been a contradiction to what they were trying to do. So really, if they didn't have any military transport, they're never really going to be able to get past the wall of Israeli ships that were waiting to intercept them. But anyway, as I say, this wasn't the purpose of this flotilla, and the significance of what they did will not be that they were or were not able to bring aid to the people of Gaza. So anyway, I'll go here to the page of the SOS, which contains the images of all those who are on these ships from the different boats. So we go down, starting with the A and down to the Z. So here we are from the Adagio, and so we have people on this ship from Turkey, Algeria, Tunisia. The Adara has a lot of people on it, and here is quite a group of nationalities: people from Spain, Mexico, UK, Argentina, Denmark, Spain. We have Serbia and Montenegro, Brazil, Norway. So we have quite a few nationalities represented on just on one ship alone. We have the Ahed Tamimi, Greece, Italy, France. So they made sure to split up different nationalities in different boats, to show that this was an international effort. I think that's really cool. The All In, we had not a very big boat, I think. UK, France, Italy, Switzerland. The Ala Catala, We have the Turkey, Tunisia, Kuwait, Pakistan, um, in the ship called Alma. Again, a large number of people. This is where Greta Thunberg was located in this SOS. We have many different people from different, as I mentioned, nationalities. Somebody here from the United States, somebody from Poland, Malaysia, Ireland, South Africa, Morocco, the ship Amsterdam. So, anyway, I'm not going to go ship by ship because there's a lot, but you can see that this was quite an international effort. This wasn't one little group of people that decided to sail to Gaza. And so we have the Catalina, the Dear Yasine, Estrella Emanuel, Fair Lady, the Florida, and we got Free Willy, Grand Blue, Hio. So anyway, like I say, there's over 40 boats that were participating in this flotilla. The Maria Cristina Spanish boats should be, but I don't see anyone from Spain, so that's odd. But anyway, Meteke, Mia Mia, Mohammed Bar, and so just going down the line, seeing all the ships, all the people who decided to drop what they were doing and to participate in this flotilla, sacrificing their time and their uh, life and limb, as well as possibly their personal reputation to be able to support the people of Gaza. I think that all these people can go back to their countries and they can talk about the experience from the flotilla. All this is going to be very negative for Israel, which is starving the people of Gaza and not allowing any assistance in. Of course, the assistance that these boats could have brought um, is very limited. So here's the very last boat, the Ulara. And it was quite an effort, really, and they just about got to Gaza. We see from the tracker that the boats got very close to Gaza. I don't know, 20 kilometers, so 20. So I guess 20 kilometers is the international water limit, where international water starts, and so anyway, you can see if that's the case, then all these ships were intercepted in international waters, which is a violation of navigational rules. But of course, the U.S., the U.K., and in Israel uh, carries out whatever rules they like, and without any consideration for international rules. But they um, nickel and dime every country on the planet who may violate a small letter of the law for all the rules based order. So, anyway, I think a lot of countries are also going to get very tired of the rules based order. If you can just see that there isn't any rules that are actually followed by countries that are strong and powerful and have big bombs and can blow things up. So here on the left side, we can see the vessels, and if you click down, you can see when it was intercepted, and there's even a documentation on their interception. Now, what's going to happen with all the boats, and what's going to happen with the people? Are they going to be jailed in Israel based on what? Will their boats be confiscated based on what? So, anyway, I think that this flotilla will give many points of conversation for a lot going forward. A lot of conversations in the media, and like I say, this is going to be very negative for Israel, um, who is not allowing aid into Gaza. So anyway, again, this was a admirable effort. They did the best they could. I'm sure they knew that they were never going to make it. It was really impossible. And if they thought that they could dodge around um, the boats waiting to intercept them, when the U.S. has a live feed and can track every single boat, if you think that the U.S. wasn't tracking each boat with live feed satellites and with drones, that were following their every move, then yeah, that would the U.S. and the U.K. and Israel didn't want any of these ships to get anywhere close to Gaza. It looks like one just about did, and that is the Mikeno. But that seems to be the exception. Everyone else was intercepted. They attempted to dodge the patrol boats, but they were way off course from Gaza at that point, and they were never going to get there. So anyway, it's unfortunate they weren't able to make it, but like I say, the assistance was not great that they were bringing. There are truckloads of assistance waiting outside of Gaza that are not being brought in, and so as far as assistance goes, they really weren't there to bring assistance. They were there to create um, awareness and build the societal consciousness about what's going on in Gaza. And I think they really did well. Possibly what could have happened is they could have taken longer to get there because it's obvious they were never going to arrive, and so they could have made a longer trip around the Mediterranean to continue to try to build awareness. And maybe that could have been an adjustment they had made. The fact that they just tried to go directly to Gaza as if they were going to get there seemed to, in the end, be maybe one negative. So anyway, you have the website here, the global sumudflotilla.org, and you're welcome to go to the website to see more information. And I hope that everyone who is on these ships are okay. And we certainly are grateful for their effort and for the risks that they took to make this trip. So anyway, that is my report on this flotilla. Was never going to get there, but their main goal was more in the marketing sense rather than assistance, and I think that they have at least done that or and more. So I want to thank you for joining me for this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. So have a good day, and thanks again. Bye bye.